Good morning, you guys. It is not, it's almost not morning anymore. It's almost like 11 a.m. But I'm super excited for this video because I am doing kind of a Q&A kind of thing. So it's going to be kind of short, but I asked my followers on Instagram to submit questions for this. And I have a couple, there's about 5. And in my Instagram will be linked down below, by the way, if you guys want to follow it. And so I'm just going to be going through that and just answering those questions as best as I can and not giving out too much personal information. Okay, let's get started. So I have the responses pulled up on my phone. So the first question I have was, what is my favorite brand or brands of clothing? So I'm not that picky about clothing, but in my family I can't wear certain brands of clothing because a family member works for a competitor or something like that. So my favorite brands of clothing are Old Navy. I like Walmart, like the Time and Through brand. I know that sounds really weird. I also like Arizona jeans, and I don't know if it's Anna or Anna. They're a brand from like JCPenney, and their jeans are super soft. And then I like Sonoma sometimes, and pretty much a sweatshirt, really of any kind. As long as the sweatshirt's soft, I like it. And also, just on clothing, I'll be linking my outfit in the description so you guys can see what I wear. And yeah, I don't wear earrings because I don't have my ears pierced, and I don't want necklaces or chokers or rings. I can also leave down my watch in the band. So, next question. Another person asked, testimony, short version just for Q&A. Okay. So, my testimony is kind of long, but I'm going to try to summarize it so don't give out too much personal information, and also so you guys know a little bit about me. So, I grew up in the church. I grew up going to the same church my entire life, and I still go to the same church. Except for with COVID, I can't go to church, and then we have online church and stuff like that. So, when I was at 5, I accepted Christ in a Sunday school class at my church, and I didn't like you're 5, you accept Christ, that's just what you do. I didn't really know what it meant. So I kind of just went through the motions of going to church, going to youth group, going to Sunday school, like that kind of stuff, and just like being around a church community my entire life. It wasn't until about 2016 that we were at a retreat with our youth group, and it was that moment that I realized that my faith wasn't really stable, and I'd gone through some family struggles and family hard times and traumatic events in the years prior to that, and it was kind of hard because I was just kind of angry at God just for what He watched me go through and like letting me go through that, and I didn't know what He was trying to show me. And in 2016, I finally realized that God had me go through those times, or let me go through those times and watch me go through those times, in order to show me that like friends are there for you and they will never forsake you, and if they do forsake you, then they're bad friends in the first place. Like, you don't. Yeah. So they showed me how like good my friends were, and a lot of my friends were from church, and they were just really supportive, and you know who you are. But I also knew that I had a community that I could talk to about certain things and certain struggles that I had. I'm not gonna get too into detail about that, but 2016, I recommitted my life to Christ with a bunch of girls from my youth group, and surrounded by a bunch of girls from my youth group and a couple of adults, and it was just amazing to feel like my spirit had been lifted and like the weight off my shoulders was lifted. Wow, I can't speak today. And from then on, I've been trying to become more faithful and a better Christian. And for a while there, there was another really rough time in my life where I felt like I was putting on a mask and I was looking all happy, and I wasn't really. I was just I went through about a year where I just kind of went through the motions again, and I knew it wasn't healthy, but it's just I couldn't help it. And then I kept praying to God, asking for a sign, and there was nothing. And then one of the girls from my church, I've known her for about 5 years, we became really close friends. Well, two girls technically. We became really close friends, and she just spoke into my life, and I love that because it showed me how much you don't realize about yourself until somebody tells you, oh yeah, you're such a godly person, and you do everything, I can see the light of Christ through you, and sometimes you just can't see that yourself. And you're doing behaviors and actions, you're helping people out, and you don't see it in yourself. So that was really hard. That was really, really touching to me, that she would point that out, and she'd be and she lived through the same thing. So yeah, and I'm good now, but little point to that testimony was just make sure you have a good group of friends around you, good supportive Christian friends, and people who will lift you up and not bring you down, and people who won't just throw their problems at you and have that weight on your shoulders. I learned from experience. It's not fun. And so, sorry, next question. What are your career goals? Oof. So I am currently at a technically two-year community college in my area, and I am completing my associates in arts in elementary education. That's a lot of words. So I'm about halfway through my degree right now, a little less, but my goal is to finish by summer of 2021. So that'll be exciting. And then my school that I go to has a direct transfer agreement with another local university in the area. So all my credits will be transferred from there once I graduate from community college. And they have a really good elementary education program. So my career goal is to become an elementary education teacher in the area I live, in my town that I live, or maybe one of the surrounding towns. But yeah. Somebody asked, talk about your fam and home. Oh my. Okay, so I'm not going to get too much into detail. I'm not going to really say names. But I live in a very Christian home. Not very Christian, but I live in a Christian home where we went to church no matter what. So my parents have been married for, actually, today they just had their anniversary. They are married for 26 years, and that is amazing. I love them. And my dad is a drummer for our church, and he also loves riding bikes. Yeah. I'll try to link down below some clips of him riding his bike. And also, I love my mom. She's super supportive, and if I went through something, I know I could go vent to her and just ask her advice on a certain subject. And she's just amazing. I love her with all my heart. Well, I love God with my heart, but I love her also. And then I have an older sister who's about 4 years older than me, and she moved back home because of COVID and because her school was, she wasn't going to be paying rent for her dorm. So it'd be cheaper for her to live at home. So she lives at home now, and we don't know when she'll be able to go back to her university. And yeah, and I also have 3 cats. They're all kind of older and they're sleeping right now, so don't want to really disturb them. Yeah, so that's that, and yeah. And then the last question was, what's the hardest thing about being a Christian? Okay. The hardest thing about being a Christian for me, like in my perspective, is being called a hypocrite. Because I've had non-Christian friends who like, oh yeah, you're a Christian, like that means you're a hypocrite and you don't like, you only like hang around Christians and like you see everybody else is below you, and that's really like the hardest part for me. And also like I've been, well, bullied for being a Christian at schools that I've went to. It wasn't like physical bullying, but it was just be like you're a hypocrite and you're like this and that, and it's just, yeah. But that was pretty much it, and I hope you guys liked this video, and make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And also, I'm still looking for a couple more names to choose from for our subscriber group, and make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for when I upload a new video. Thank you guys. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll be praying for you, and please leave prayer requests down below if you have any. And also feel free to DM me on my Instagram if you have any prayer requests. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!